instead of water. Oh, I know, you don't drink coffee, which can be lighty air.
I'll call this April 18th, 2024 school board meeting to order. If everybody rising for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. And can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Make a motion.
Second.
All right, motion second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Dr. Arbogast.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chairman, if you join me down front, we have somebody to recognize this evening. On behalf of the Giles County School Board, we would like to take the opportunity to recognize the School Nutrition Employee of the Month. This is for the month of April. And at this time, we would like to thank and recognize Timmy Bailey for the work that he has done for our cafeteria school nutrition program. And please come forward to accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Got you to get your picture in the paper. Oh, Marty.
Oh, you ever see it?
Can you see me?
All right, we're gonna get her a box like Mark.
Oh no, I need to stay in the color.
1, 2, 3.
That's what Mark is.
I'm not taller than him.
I love it.
At one time, he said he wanted to be an astronaut. I said, they don't think no one's big enough to be an astronaut. At this time, I will turn it over to Ms. Morris, our Director of Special Ed. The Special Education Department has the education feature this evening, so I'm going to let her share the information she has and introduce who she has invited to join her.
Hi, hello everybody. I'm going to do two things tonight. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the annual plan. And then I wanted to use my opportunity with the educational feature to do something that is related to our programming instead of just numbers and grants and things like that. So I invited Jan Sauer from Giles High School to talk to you guys about some of the cool things that the CBI class is doing. So if we can get through my little part, there'll be, a little bit of a reward. We talked about the annual plan at the retreat, and so I know everyone has some familiarity with that. Each year, I have to fill out many forms talking about how we're going to use our federal money under IDEA that the state allots us. And the big part of it is how we're going to use the funds. We don't have the exact funding amount, so we use last year's, but we're going to continue to pretty much do what we have always done. Our 611, which is the school age funding, we should get about $563,000, and we use that for staffing. Usually 4 teachers, 1 registered behavior technician, and about 13 instructional assistants. That also has a portion that we set aside for private school students who we provide speech therapy. And then 619 is the early childhood part of that grant. It's significantly smaller. It's around $16,000. In the past, we have used that for early childhood assistant and then done some things with conference travel and mileage for itinerant staff. This year, we're going to use all of those 619 funds towards personnel for part of the salary of one of our early childhood special education teachers. Honestly, just because the way that we do reimbursements, it's just easier to chunk it and not have to, meet it out like that. Otherwise, the annual plan talks a lot about whether you have a jail because you have to serve students. I have to tell the state that we did spend the money that we got last year the way that we told them that it would, and that's pretty much it. I will review this with SEAC, and then I'll make sure that Amanda has a final copy so that it can be in your board packet so that you can look at what we come up with after meeting with the SEAC if they have any kind of feedback or anything that they want to put in there. So any questions about that, or I know it's not. What is there to ask? All right, so I am going to end that, and I'm going to let Jan come up, and I'm going to attempt to open up her PowerPoint.
It's not really anything fancy, because I just kind of threw it together really quick.
She's being nice and not saying that I kind of sprung this on her without notice, which is very good.
Okay, so I'm Jan Sauer. I teach the CBI and PACE program at Giles High School and have for, I think you're 35 now. And I can say, like, I've been around since the beginning of the CBI program. The community-based instruction program started in the early 90s. I came here in the 89-90 school year, and Giles High School became a part of the Virginia statewide systems change project, which was designed to help programs around the state do things they needed to be doing for kids with more significant disabilities. And then the PACE program we started about 2015. The years are kind of running together at this point. Both were countywide programs at the time they started. So NARAS has since created their own CBI program, but when we first started, we served the whole county. And the PACE program served both NARAS High School and Giles High School in the beginning. And I just included some random pictures of things our kids do. In the classroom, we use a curriculum designed to work on life skills, independent living skills. We do functional reading, functional math, workplace skills, trying to help them become as independent as possible. Thanks to our fabulous administration, we have a whole new kitchen area, laundry area. We can do all of those types of skills as well. We also have had career days. We used to do career Fridays. We're trying to get back on board with that. COVID kind of derailed some of our stuff there for a couple of years, where we have community members come in and speak to our students about, we've had lawyers, doctors, nurses, town workers, and they talk a little bit about, jobs that are related to their job. So, if we have a doctor come in, they may talk about people that work in their office that aren't necessarily MD doctors. It's been really fun. We've had food trucks and all kinds of different things. Then in the community, we do go out in the community. We do shopping for items in a store, ordering from menus, using money, practice all of those skills. As well as we do like community services like post offices and banks and how to access and use those facilities as well. In our PACE lab, which I love, it's fabulous. It stands for Practical Assessment Exploration System, and it is a data-driven vocational assessment. And they're a lot like task boxes, but on steroids, because everything is, we have books where we keep track of their aptitude, their interest, their skill level, and in the end, it prints a complete profile and pulls those things together and shows percentages of aptitude in, there's 5 areas: consumer service, processing, production, business marketing, computer technology, and construction industrial. This is one of my students, that the boys love the construction area. And surprisingly enough, the boys love the sewing machine.
They're awesome.
I would not have guessed that in the beginning. And I've learned a lot from the PACE Lab too, because there was a lot, I had never touched a sewing machine into this program. So I've learned a lot as well. And they learn how to, the construction area, they wire light bulbs and wire plugs and wire up a doorbell. And computer technology is like email and Word and Excel and spreadsheets. And I have some kids who are fabulous at data entry. Processing and production is more like pipe assembly and color matching. And there are 256 total job samples in the PACE Lab. And they go from a level 1 to a level 6. And they have to work through each one of those levels. And they are, it's really a lot to explain. They have job cards that have times on them, and it also shows like if they're competitive in their time doing the task, if they're semi-competitive, and breaks all that down in the actual profile they get when they finish the program. Well, I
Do that every day, like something in the PACE Lab every day?
A lot of the consumer service, cooking is included in the consumer service, and we moved a lot of that into our CBI classroom because that's where we have the better facilities. For a long time, until we had this kitchen, we were doing our cooking and things with a hot plate and a toaster oven and a microwave. And we have been able, this is one of the things that kind of got derailed when COVID hit, is we have done job training with our kids where we've actually taken them to business within the community and actually done job training with them. And these are some of the places that we've been. I know I've probably left out a few, but these are some of the places that we've gone and done work over the years. We're trying to get back into this piece of it. And then this is our newest venture. It's been amazing. We have a school-based store, and I know some of you have seen our store. We provide snacks and drinks to the teachers at Giles High School. The students they actually do, before they do the shopping, we go online and we look at the different stores to see where we're going to get the best deal on sodas or snacks. Some of it we get from Sam's, some of it we get from Amazon, some of it we get from Walmart. They also go out, when we go to Walmart, they shop for the items they have to count. We make a list, they have to count how many 6-packs of Dr. Pepper do we need. And they stock the shelves and they keep the inventory. So we have a list that we have hanging, and when they notice something's low, they add it to the list. And that's just one piece of it. They're practicing money skills. We have actual cash register. They can all use the cash register really well. We practice the prices of the items. Most of them know them by heart now. They put them in the cash register. We're working on accounting change. We also have a spreadsheet that we keep because some people like to pay us in advance. They'll give us a check for $30. So we have to keep track of, we have a spreadsheet, we keep track of what they spend, what they have on their account. Some people run a tab, and so if they don't have money on that day, we have a tab for them and they pay us when they can. We always tell them we know where they work. One of the best things about this program, all the academic stuff aside, one of the best things about this store has been the interaction with the customers and the fact that my kids get to interact with people that they probably would have never interacted with, you know, on a daily basis. We have teachers coming in every class period. And they, like we do speech, some of our speech therapy is done through the store, interacting with the customers, greetings, and telling them thank you and have a nice day. And our most recent addition is iced coffee. I'm gonna thank Sonia Radford that was her idea. But it's been a huge hit, and our kids can all make a fabulous iced coffee. They are all little baristas.
We'll have to come and get some.
Homemade syrups.
Homemade brown sugar syrup. They have, that's our latest
We
thing.
love iced coffee.
Yes, we do.
And they are all really good at it. And what I didn't have on here is we also do some work in the kindness closet at the high school. We were in there today actually pulling out all the prom dresses for the season and having the kids go through and check sizes and hanging them by size on the racks and. Oh, yes. As pictured, we also have started delivering our iced coffees to Nares High School. They have been big supporters.
Maggie loves them.
They have been huge supporters, and we do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We take orders, and Tuesday we did 25 orders to Nares.
Wow. That's great.
That is great.
And they send us the orders by like 9:30 in the morning, and we get them ready and deliver them by about 10. So we do that every Tuesday and Thursday. We're busy. We're busy people. We don't really hold still much. And these are just some random pictures of, this is our construction area in the Pays Lab. This is one of our students making iced coffee. The computer, this is the business and marketing. They have to do sorting envelopes by zip code. Some more construction. The more iced coffee. This was actually making our brown sugar syrup. Because that's my favorite, so we learned how to make it. But that's basically it.
It's pretty neat.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Jan.
Does anybody have any
Thank you,
questions?
Thank you.
I do. I have a quick question. So I know you said during COVID it was right that sort of interrupted your work of getting your students out into some of the local businesses where they could get the on-the-job sort of skills training. Is there anything, any blockers in front of you or anything that we can do to help get you re-engaged with some of those businesses? Anything that we can do to support that?
Just letting people know
Yeah.
we are here and we are willing to come and do. I've talked to briefly last year, and we just haven't gotten together. We talked to a couple of businesses, and the library's always been really good to work with us, and it's just a matter of getting it. Honestly, the faculty fuel has kind of consumed us for the last little bit, so we've kind of gotten behind on some of the pushing forward with the work training sites, but.
Thank you. Great job.
We're also
Great
going
job.
to be, I had invited some of my kids to come this evening, but I had already had them sign up to come to the STEAM event next week. So I will have students working at the STEAM event in our store. If you're there, come on by. We'll make you a nice coffee.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys. Guess that brings us to public comment. Are Jim and Mary Alpin here? Okay. Here, I'll give you that back. And then Miss Whitney Howe. And just as a reminder, I won't read the whole policy and bore everyone, but you've got 4 minutes. Try to keep it not directly talking about personnel or student discipline matters, yeah, you will.
Okay, as you know, my name is Whitney Howe. I'm not sure how much you guys have heard. So Eastern Elementary, during COVID, they went to a drive-through graduation for the 7th graders. Narrows and Macy both have gone back to their normal in-person ceremonies, as well as the pre-K at Eastern. We have requested with Jason Mills that we go back to a normal ceremony, and he does not want to do that idea. So we wanted to come before you guys and kind of explain why we as parents would like to continue that tradition with the in-person graduation. So I graduated from Eastern in 2008, and all throughout school, that 7th grade graduation was something that you look forward to your whole career through Eastern. And I feel like that's kind of been taken away from these kids. And Mr. Mills' reasoning for doing that is the children are uncomfortable in formal attire. We set out a poll for not only the students but the parents. One parent marked that they would rather have the drive-through, and I believe 26 parents would prefer the in-person ceremony. And I think we also had a majority of the children state that they would rather have the in-person ceremony as well. So I'm not sure if there's something that we can do together to kind of get it going back in the direction to the in-person ceremony. You know, some of the speeches at the previous graduations were the most powerful speeches that I had ever heard in my life, and that kind of prepared me to go into the high school and kind of gave me more of an idea of what to expect in high school. So I think I speak for a majority of the parents at Eastern, and we would like to see that go back, whether it's this year or not. I think we would like to see that. I mean, these kids have worked 8 years, and I think deserve that little bit of celebration, as well as the parents. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that? Mr. Alvin?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I went to school. Thank you guys very much. That's what this is. It's a big thank you for allowing us to have our 2 boys here, Hassan and Sue. And if you would like to learn more, my wife and I are all about teaching schools and about AFS and other exchange programs. And this is, it's called a USA Medallion School. And that's what I'm presenting to you guys from AFS. It's actually from the Department of State. And it's just saying thank you for having the boys. And hopefully you enjoyed them. I don't know how many of you guys actually got to meet them. But we just appreciated you saying yes in our time of need. So, does anybody have any questions or anything?
Thank you for coming and
Thank you.
presenting with us with that. I mean,
Thank you.
I guess you could give it to Miss August if you was going to. Yeah, if you want to come up and go get a good picture for the leader. No, I think that, yeah, we get this in the paper.
We were here for about 5 or 6 weeks, so we didn't really get to know you guys too well.
Thank you.
We've been employed ever since, so. Well, thank you. Go for it, Shelley.
Hey, we gotta get some pictures.
Oh.
I
Marty
looks forward to these, Shelley. Marty Farrier looks forward to these.
Marty Farrier. He tells me all the time, that's the only reason I run for school board, so I get my picture in the paper.
Are we the only 2 he tells it to?
1, 2, 3.
He tells it to. So must be
Seriously, we just wanted to say, oh, yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you
so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming. Thank you very much.
I know it's not easy to say yes all the time, so thank you.
All right. Yes, it was. Moving on to the next items on our agenda, we got the consent items, which are meeting minutes from March 12th, 21st, and April 2nd. Bills, payroll, revenue, expenditure reports, appropriation requests, approval of field trips. So do I have a motion to approve the consent items?
Second motion.
Second.
All right, motion is second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Passes unanimously. Dr. Arbogast?
Thanks, sir. At this time, I have some personnel items need to ask the board to approve. Need to ask the board to approve the following athletic coaching contracts. Daryl Lucas, Giles High School track assistant. Jimmy McCroskey, Giles High School head JV baseball coach. Mallory Lucas, Giles High School track assistant. Peyton Brumfield, Giles High School middle school soccer head coach. Derek Snyder, Giles High School head varsity softball. Randy Weddle, Giles High School girls head tennis. Sam Wright, Giles High School head track. Shane Dalton, Giles High School assistant track. Ben Miller, Giles High School varsity boys soccer head coach. Tanya Vaden, Giles High School boys tennis head coach. Cassandra Miller, Giles High School middle school track. Tim Holler, Giles High School middle school track. Gretchen Hagee, Giles High School theater assistant. Stephen Malik, Giles High School varsity girls head soccer. And Brian Daly, girls soccer assistant.
All right, do I have a motion to approve those athletic coaching contracts as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Need to ask the board to approve the following volunteer agreements. Lori Hanson, Giles High School Choir, and Jennifer Clater, Mason McClarity.
Can I have a motion to approve the volunteer agreements?
I'll make that motion to approve the volunteer agreement.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Unanimously.
I need to ask the board to approve the following resignations. Patrick Simmons, Mason McClarity Principal, effective June 30th. Diana Smith, Mason McClarity Elementary Teacher, effective June 30th. And Kim Nichols, Nares Elementary Middle School Special Ed Teacher, effective the end of the 23-24 school year.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the resignations as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Need to ask the board to approve the following retirement. Nancy Foote, Nares Elementary Middle School Teacher Assistant, effective June 6th.
Do I have a motion to approve the retirement?
I'll make that motion to approve the retirement.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Need to ask the board to approve the elevator and lift bid. We received the bid from TK Elevator, and you were provided information there on that bid. We have lifts at all the schools. We have elevators at 2 of the schools, so and the garage as well. So ask the board at this time to approve that bid.
Do I have a motion to approve the elevator bid?
So move.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Just, did we get any other bids on that? Okay.
They've been doing it for us. The company's been doing it for us.
They do the elevators.
They do the elevators.
Okay.
They did not do the chair lifts. There was a different company that did those, but this time, this company was the only one that bid on the whole
thing.
Okay. So they've done the elevators in the past, and now they're going to take over the chairlifts. Okay. Any further discussion or questions? All right. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously.
At this time, I need to ask the board to approve the VSBA policy and rate changes that you received. Basically, a lot of them are amendments and updates to code sections and that sort of stuff. So I need to ask the board to approve those policy revisions at this time.
Before I'll open up for a motion, but I personally would like to look at these and talk about them in the work session, maybe just let me ask you, is there anything that will put us in a bind if we don't adopt it between now and the next regular meeting?
I don't believe so. No.
All right.
So we can table that and put it on the work session agenda if you want to.
Does anybody have a problem with that? There's just a few things I want to look at a little more closely.
There's a lot of them.
86 pages of it.
This is a small one.
June is the big one.
June will probably be
If you get that between now and that,
Maybe we
let's
can
put
work
it
on that.
two, yeah.
Just, those are long.
That's a lot to go through in 3 days. And understand.
Yeah.
All right, we'll table that and put that on the work session agenda when we schedule that. At this time, I need to ask the board to approve the 24-25 Perkins Grant application and the accompanying comprehensive local needs assessment. You were given the grant, the plan of study, and the comprehensive local needs assessment to review. So at this time, I ask you to approve that.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the Perkins Grant application as prepared by Mr. White?
I'll make a motion to approve that, sorry.
Second. Any discussion?
How much is it total in that grant? Total amount of money?
No, I was gonna pull it out.
Say that again.
47,000.
I tried to look it up and see. It's got 230 pages on there, refinement.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's $47,000.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think.
Ballpark's all in there.
Any other questions or discussion?
46,946.
Get a motion in a second.
Yes. Felt good.
Okay. I've got a motion and a second. Close the discussion. All in favor of approving the Perkins Grant application, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously.
Thank you. I'm gonna keep going.
Yes, sir.
Update on enrollment. As of yesterday, Wednesday, the 18th, our enrollment was 2,185. That's a decrease of 8 from April 2nd, from the number that I shared with you before. That's 2,176 in person and 9 in-county virtual students. We also have 1,328 stride students. That gives us a total of 3,513 students. Again, want to congratulate Timmy Bailey for being recognized School Nutrition Employee of the Month for April. This is a new recognition that we implemented in the month of April, and will continue to recognize an employee, the School Nutrition Employee of the Month, and we'll begin, once we work out the kinks there, we'll kind of move that into other categories as well in the next year. So again, congratulations to Timmy, and thanks for everything he does, and thanks for the work, support that he provides each school. I'm going to recognize an individual that he won't appreciate me doing this, but I'm going to anyway. Eastern Elementary Middle School, we had an individual, a teacher that was recognized last week, on the 11th, April 11th, last week, Seth Davis, PE teacher at Eastern Elementary Middle School. He was nominated and recognized as an Education Impact Award winner for the month of May. Channel 10 News, along with a representative from Blue Eagle Credit Union, came to the school, surprised him with a check for the school and for himself. And again, it was great to see him be recognized for the work that he does, and I want to congratulate Seth for that. Just keep in mind that Channel 10 will air that piece sometime in May, or probably the middle of May. So just kind of keep an eye out for it to air in May. If I see anything to tell me when it is going to be exactly, I'll pass that along to you. But I wanted to recognize Seth and congratulate him for that recognition. I know this is a little bit late, but I received this after our last board meeting. I want to recognize Collier Pruitt. He was named first team All-State Class 1 boys basketball team. So congratulations to him. I want to make sure that I shared that. Macy, last Monday on April the 8th, we had a music event at Macy for our preschool and Head Start students. Virginia Tech Drumline, the Moss Center was there, Giles High School Band, Narrows High School Band members, and other Giles County Public Schools student volunteers were there, helping take the kids around from station to station to let them see musical instruments, learn hokey pokey, played the drum line with the drumline, Tech Drumline. So they had a very good time from what I could tell being out there with them. So it was a very nice activity. So I appreciate the work that was to everybody who participated and thank them for setting that up for the kids. Narrows High School, want to recognize their FFA students. The group took part in senior teams, took two senior teams to compete here recently at the spring rally. Livestock took 11th out of 26th overall. Lindsay South having a 7th place individual. Mackenzie Vaught placed 12th individual with a team placed at 12th out of 27. Also participating in livestock were Brayley Robertson, Shane Albert, Lindsay South, Kane Cooper, and for the vet science, Mackenzie Vaught, Zach Gilbert, Izzy Merrick. So congratulations to those students from Narrows High School for their recognition.
Also, the one that has my brother's pigs.
There you go. Also, I'd like to recognize Giles High School's FFA group. 2 weekends ago, FFA member Casey Phelps participated in the Virginia State EquiSmarts Horse Evaluation CDE. She was in Halter Vision 3rd overall, Performance 2nd overall, Reasons 4th overall, and High overall individual. 4-H results, Halter Division 3rd overall, Performance 5th overall, Reasons 7th overall, and 3rd High overall individual. So she qualified for 4-H All-Star team. She'll get to travel across the country during the summer and the fall, judging at 4 national events. So congratulations to her for that recognition, and wish her the best of luck as she does that as well. Also, this past weekend, FFA, Giles High School FFA attended the Appalachian Area Rally as well. First, they had students that participated. First overall junior livestock team, 4th place James Vaden, 6th place Kyle Cox, 7th place Thea Cohen. That was her first FFA contest ever. 9th, Acacia Bates, 7th place floriculture team. That's Madison Carter, Lucy Medlin, Yakovala, Jesse Johnson, and Casey Phelps. First place overall, extemporaneous public speaking. That was Colton Moy. So that qualifies Colton to compete at the state event in June at Virginia Tech. First place overall, youth discussion meet, Colton Moy. 3rd place overall, junior ag mechanics team. 2nd place, Jacob Mills and Colin Newble. First place overall, tractor operators, Samuel Vaden. Samuel Vaden also will be able to compete at the state event next Wednesday in Harrisonburg. And Casey Phelps was elected and installed to serve as the area vice president for the next year. So congratulations to those students that are participating in the FFA programs there at Giles High School. Also, students from Giles High School participated in the FCCLA. And they went to a star event competition this past weekend at the state leadership conference. They brought home several awards in the areas of membership, community service, financial fitness, family first, student body, and they won an outstanding chapter award. Sonny Davis, job interview, was gold medal and trophy and advances to nationals. Jaden Snyder and Brooke Johnson, chapter and review, gold medal, 2nd place, advances to nationals. And Abby Schulater and Maya Gustafson, chapter service project, gold medal and 3rd place. So congratulations to them for all their work as well. And we have students from the Tech Center that will be going to State Skills USA competition this weekend. So good luck to them as they move on to that and that competition, as well as all of our students and staff that will be attending the TSA competition coming up 2 weekends in Hampton. So good luck to them as well. I think that's all I have.
All right.
We'll talk about dates after y'all are finished.
Well, let's go ahead and get them right now before we forget and we adjourn and then we're stuck. I think the regular meeting would normally be what, the 16th?
May 16th, yes, sir.
My last day as a 46-year-old.
So we're gonna have cake and ice cream that week.
That would be good. And that's set to be a 4:30 meeting, I believe. Does that work for everybody? I want to add something on there if it does. So the state legislature, we're going to set a normal work session, but I think the state legislature is going back the 13th to, hopefully they'll have a budget deal by that point. They should. I expect them to just go back, approve it in a couple hours, and so that hopefully by our next work session, we'll know what we're hearing out of Richmond, and hopefully we can have any last minute work session issues that we need to discuss. If there's nothing major, we could maybe approve the budget that night so we can get contracts out early enough that everybody's happy about that, because I know how that's a problem sometimes. So I know Dr. Arbogast would greatly appreciate that. So I propose either we meet at 3:30 for a work session, or we move the regular meeting back an hour, whichever one works. I know staff likes to, can everybody do 3:30? Okay. So we'll have a work session at 3:30, immediately followed by a 5:30 school board meeting, or 4:30 school board meeting, excuse me.
What's that date again?
May 16th. All right.
Are you gonna be in town?
Hmm?
You're gonna be in town?
Am I gonna be in town?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. It's too early for trips.
The regular work session, don't we?
Yeah, in the regular work session, Dr. Arbogast, you think,
If you want to do it to either the week of the 29th or May 6th.
I think May 6th will be just because of the budget issues that make it. Does everybody else? I normally would like to have it the week before, but I just want to give our folks in Richmond time to figure out any budget issues so that we can deal with that. Does anybody have a problem with any day not good for you?
I assume we're going to do them in the morning.
That seemed to work. Maybe Tuesday the 7th.
At 9 o'clock, be fine.
Tuesday,
The 7th?
9 a.m.
Anything else we need to set?
Just anticipate that our monthly meeting with the two board supervisors meeting will be May 1st, 1 o'clock. So I don't know who's available to attend that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
I'll count both of you the same too, and if something comes up, let me know.
And the STEM thing, that's next Wednesday, right?
STEM and the STEAM Festival, that was my next one, is scheduled for next Wednesday, April 24th, starts at 4, goes 4 to 7. Art show is part of that as well, and it's at Giles High School.
Robotics at 5.
That's on Wednesday. They got the same thing on Monday. So I don't know which one.
So get that. The STEAM Festival's next Wednesday at 4 at Giles for the art show and all the other STEM stuff.
4 to 7.
4 to 7.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
All right, so got that. Anything else that we need to set?
Don't have anything
All right.
right now.
All right. I guess then we'll go to board member comments. Mr. Williams?
Sick leave days, do you have anything back on that? You're gonna do some research?
Yes, sir, I do, and I was gonna share that at the next, work session, unless you want, we can talk about. I don't have it printed off, I don't believe right now. I can print it off very easily and give it to you if you want it to see.
Just wanna keep it alive, or make sure.
Yes, sir, I've got it and ready to, gonna share it at the next work session.
Yeah, why don't we circulate that prior to that? So,
Prior, so that way you can review it.
yeah.
The church property, did they get you a proposal on the church property at Macy?
I have gotten that, and I've shared it with, Mr. Buckland, board chair.
We'll, I think we'll share, we can talk about that, probably go to closed session just to talk about it.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you about it as well, other members.
They kind of want, they got a piece of land that can buy somewhere else, and they're trying to make their mind up where they're going to build a new church there.
Right. Yeah.
They need to answer pretty soon, I guess, one way or the other.
We'll talk about it.
Mr. McCormick is still working with APCO on the trees in ours. He's hoping, looks pretty good, that APCO may cut it for us.
That's good.
I'd like to thank everybody from Giles there for giving us your presentation, and thank you for what you're doing after us kids. We need more people doing what you're doing. Thank you. It's a good idea. Another touchy issue, I guess, is if we discussed that, those handicap signs at Giles High School, putting them back up. I think we got spring sports, and our handicapped citizens coming to Giles and no reserve parking for them now. Now we took the signs down.
And what did Mr. McClarney and I think if we please Mr. Ross, we're good on that, right? Or are we?
Well, no, he don't get involved unless there's a building permit issued. If there's a building permit issued, he'll get involved and see everything's done. But I made everybody a copy of that stuff. It's not that much to do to get where we can do this. Really, at least we had them a place they could park before. Now we don't. We went backwards, in my opinion.
Are you talking about in the main parking lot?
No,
like
up on the fields, up on the sports fields.
Oh.
Sports fields.
Would it help? I mean, I guess my concern, we've got our architect saying something, but.
Well, right here's what we gotta do. We don't have to, you just gotta have a secure, you gotta have a level, secure surface. Stone's fine, I'll just compact it.
Can we get Jim to look at that if that's okay? Then I don't see if he thinks it's okay, because to me that's not an engineering architect issue. It's a legal issue.
We would have to have that area compacted that up there at the softball field that has not been compacted to this point. I don't know what is that the area you're speaking of?
Yeah, there's two issues up there. One of them is we need to go on another 30 feet out the hill toward you.
We have instructed Bobby and maintenance. We have asked them last week to move it another 20 feet towards the dugouts.
Gotta keep the foul balls.
I can't guarantee that they've gotten to it this week because they have other things that they.
Understand that.
We did ask them to do that and to take the blocks that were the parking blocks that were up against the fence and switch them to the other side. We asked them to do that last Friday.
Does County have any? Are they capable of compacting what we need to do?
That I don't know.
I think.
Get a roller.
Yeah.
The towns have got one. All of them. They probably this year.
Yeah, let's check with the county if we can do that. I mean, if that's going to suffice to put those back up. I mean,
You don't have to. John Ross don't go back. He can't go back on anything. It's been there for 2 years. Everything up there's been up there for several years. Isn't my understanding? All the handicap signs have been there. He's not going to go back on that. And
I don't believe were there handicap signs up on the softball field.
I don't think.
Was there one?
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
in the football field, they even took the ones down the football field.
We did because when we walked around with the architect, we were told that the surface needs to be a compacted surface to make sure that anybody that parks there has the ability to access and bleachers and that sort of stuff, because that's truly not the handicap access on that side for the bleachers. The handicap access to bleachers is on the other side where the ramp comes up to the bleachers. So that is not the handicap access on that side.
Yeah, but we've let handicapped people pull up there and stay in their car and watch ball games for 25 years.
Yeah, I guess that's my concern. If we're grandfathered in based on if it's been there 2 years and on that thing, then before we start taking it down because the EMM says, hey, we're going to get in trouble, I think we need to talk about that, because I think what we're ended up doing is something that would be okay by ADA standards, by county zoning standards, and we take it away from the folks, and then when we realize that maybe we are okay in that, then we can't put it back up because we've taken it down, I think is,
That's the point, yes.
you know, it's, that would be my thing. If we're gonna take away any handicap parking on an ADA concern, that we just kind of check it before we start yanking things down.
Well, my opinion, Mr. Bucket, I think it should have been a school board issue, taking them signs down. That's a policy issue, that's a policy issue.
And that's what I'm
Okay.
not saying in not so many words.
Well, we've got to take care of our handicapped community.
No, we do.
We do all we can for them, provide, well, they can come watch an event, watch the kids there, watch an event there, and have a rest, porch on and a place to park.
Right.
We should, I just.
Right. I just, sometimes I just want to make sure that we're not, in taking action, that we're not taking away stuff when it would be okay to keep it. That would be my biggest concern.
Well, I think we was okay. It don't meet the new standards, but we was okay. At least we had them in place.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guess that was all.
Ms. Price?
I would like to go into executive session, discuss some personnel issues.
Okay, we will do that right after.
Sorry, thank you.
That's it.
I just wanted to thank Ms. Morris and Ms. Souter for your presentation. I think the work that you all are doing is incredible, and it is so impressive when I've come out there and seen the room and the work that you guys are doing. I really love it. I do hope, that we're able to get them back out in the community. That engagement, I think, is really incredible. And if there is anything that we can do to help facilitate that or get blockers out of your way.
If you can think of any businesses
Yeah.
that might be willing to work with.
For sure.
Just let me know, and
Yeah.
I'll get, we have a little more trouble with, like chain establishments.
Sure.
They have to go.
Yes, absolutely.
Like local businesses would be great.
Yeah. And I think, there would be such a warm reception to their engagement and learning on site. So I love that.
Have we tried any of the county offices, like the clerk's office and
Yeah.
places like that? Because I think.
We did go to the county office for a little while. It's been many years ago.
Yeah.
We'll check with them and see if.
But great presentation. Thank you for putting it together and taking the time. Congratulations to all the students. I'm not going to remember all of their names, and I couldn't write them all down that Dr. Arbogast said earlier, but again, the students continue to impress me with all of the things that they accomplish month after month here. Congratulations to Mr. Bailey for his work in the school nutrition program, and thank you, Ms. Brown, for the recognition for him. I definitely wanted to give a special shout out to say good luck to Mr. Jimmy McCroskey and his crew going to Skills. I'm partial because one of those kids is mine. Sebastian and those other students have been working really hard and preparing for a big competition in Virginia Beach. They're leaving very early in the morning and are very excited. So good luck to them and everybody else that's competing coming up soon. And that's it for me right now. Sure. For checking.
I'd like to thank Dr. Arbogast, Ms. Bethany, Dr. Brown, Ms. Amanda for all you do for us. I'd like to echo what Mr. Williams and Ms. Price said about y'all's program you got going up there. It's a great program. You do a great job. Thank you for that. And without repeating what they said, it's congratulations to everybody that Dr. Arbogast mentioned, and that's all I got.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Well, I have to say thank you again because it's really, really impressive. I love to see it. I love to see the kids learning and growing and developing in different areas. And, and of course, I'm really looking forward to some of that coffee. But thank you. Like I said, you can tell that your heart is in it, and I really appreciate it. Like I said, all that you do, and Jessica, I know you support, and everybody, Shelley, just thank you for that. Like I said, it's always so exciting to see it. Again, thanks to you guys for everything you do. I know you keep us rolling and keep us going, so I appreciate it. Thanks to Mr. Bailey. I think it's great that we are recognizing our cafeteria staff. We have great cafeterias in the county, so I just want to give a special shout out to those and thank them. Sometimes we forget about our cafeteria workers and our bus drivers, so just great job for that. And again, for Nicole and them, they're heading out for the vocational, and that's always great. And I know next month we're going to get back in here and we're going to hear all the awards because they always rack up on things because we have a great vocational school. So good luck to them. I know Sebastian's on probably his last little ride. So it's exciting, but good luck to all, like I said, good luck to all of them and all those, the FFA awards and all that stuff. And both the schools do such a great job. And it's so great to see kids. Not everybody may want to do sports. So get to see kids engaged in other things is a great thing. So good luck to them. And other than that, I don't have anything else.
All right.
We're getting near the winding down.
So that's going to get kicked off here soon.
Yep.
Thank you guys for coming and presenting tonight. That's a great program, and I really appreciate all you've put into it for 35 years. So thank you. It's just great. Ms. Price, I do want to recognize your loss, and sorry about your mother-in-law, and Ms. Bogus. Your father-in-law was a heck of a man. I'm sorry for y'all's family's loss. The Skills USA, pray for me since I'll have all 3 kids this weekend.
Anything goes.
Well, yeah. That's true.
You're watching kids and nothing else, right? That's it. You
Yes,
don't do
ma'am.
anything else
Yes,
around
ma'am.
the house. That's what Todd says. You just do one job. Keep up with the kids.
Yes, ma'am. So good luck to all the programs that are going down there, and hopefully have a safe trip and very successful in the competition. Again, in a couple weeks, remember that we'll have a ton of kids going down to this TSA, and hopefully they'll rack up. But it's a really good experience to go down there. It was a great trip last year. Looking forward to going on that. Collier Pruitt, fine young man. Going to miss coaching him. Good kid. But congratulations on the all-state performance, football and basketball. Pretty rare feat. Pretty exceptional athlete. But like I said, better kid than he is an athlete, honestly. Ms. Howe, thank you for coming and sharing your concerns tonight. I appreciate that. It takes a lot to come up and do that. Mr. Alpin, I don't think still here, isn't here, but it's always good to hear somebody that's grateful for somebody that's hosting one of these programs, grateful for the support that Giles has given that the kids in that program enrolling in the school. So it's a good thing to see. And then the other thing I would like to just say, the county had the ACE banquet last Tuesday? Yeah, it was last Tuesday. Yeah, sorry, these days run together this time of year. But it was a really nice event. Dr. Arbogast was there. A lot of the board of supervisors. It was great to see the support that the county has for that program, and the business community has for that program. It was great. Bud Foster spoke, so it was a good time, and I would encourage anybody here to support that program as much as we can, because it does provide a great opportunity for our kids in a time when college costs are skyrocketing to give them a chance to get ahead. And that's all I have. Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. Do I have a request by Mr. Williams to go into closed session to talk about personnel? Anything else that anybody else wants to discuss that would be a closed session topic? It's not personnel, so we can get the motion right.
Mr. Chairman, I sit here and thought about this thing. If all the other schools are going back to the traditional graduation, why wouldn't Eastern do that?
Well, I get before we go, I guess.
I mean,
can you guys address that? Mr. Williams had the question about the Eastern.
If the rest of the schools go back to the traditional graduation, and the parents at Eastern, most of them want it.
I have not spoken to Mr. Mills, so I can't tell you what his reasoning is to continue to offer the drive-through graduation. I'd have to speak to the other principals to make sure that they are going back to the tradition.
Well, I hope
that conversation, because I'm.
if the rest of them, we ever do it, the whole county should do it one way or the other.
I know why they did it before, but that was COVID.
It was COVID, yes, COVID's, you were gone,
And I think it's just as much work to do the drive-through as it is to do the regular.
I've received a lot of comments from parents who want it to be back in person.
Yeah, I agree.
And the only thing I can think is that maybe that he thought that it was more personable for the students going through. Each student got recognized, each student got their pictures taken with their family, et cetera, during the process. That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head.
Well, I hope we go back, if that's what the parents want, I hope we go back to it.
I guess since we're talking about that issue, does anybody else have any feelings on it?
I think it's Dr. Arvidas needs to talk to Mr. Mills to see what his reasoning is, you know, and then we'll go from there. You know, you gotta know, you can't make a decision unless you know what his reasoning is.
Yeah.
I think he should get the opportunity.
But I think it would be nice if they would go back, you know, like the other kids, but we need to hear his side of it too.
I think it's fair to say, I think everyone here's preference if we'd like to keep parents happy and like that, but we need to hear Mr. Mills's rationale. And then we'll consider something. Thank you. So anything else besides personnel that anyone wants to discuss? Actually, why don't we go ahead and discuss that, the church real estate. So I'll need a motion pursuant to Virginia Code 2. I'll need a motion pursuant to Virginia Code 2.2-3711 to go into closed session to discuss personnel pursuant to 3711A1 and to discuss disposition of publicly held real property pursuant to A3.
I'll make that motion.
All right, do I have a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we're in closed session.
I'll set these down.